Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Scorpio, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So before we start, I would just like to say thank you so much for all of your well wishes while I was on the mend. I still am in a little way, but much better. So thank you so much to all of you. It really does mean a lot. Your key to the week this week is my favorite card in all of the decks that I have, because this card, the Tree of Life, represents, yes, it's the process of creation and all of that stuff. That's wonderful. But what it really for me boils down to is divine intervention and assistance. This is going to be a week of synchronicities. This is where moments show up for you that just so happen to have exactly what you need at the right moment, at the right time. So if you find yourself having a detour this week, if you find plans change, this is all divine timing. So just be along for the ride is probably the best piece of advice I can give you for this week. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your actions and options, you have the Three of Pentacles. This is new knowledge, new information that's coming in that is likely to enhance your experience. This is about you really setting into motion something. For some of you, this might be something that you've been waiting to do for a long time. For others, this might be a moment at which you are ready to jump into the fray, no matter what the hiccups could be, right? It's like there's a part of you that knows intuitively that you're kind of divinely blessed this week. So you're just like, you know what, let me just do what I need to do. And like where the chips fall is where the chips fall. With the Three of Pentacles as well, you're being asked to really give your best and just to show up. All right. So this is a week to really dig into it. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Page of Wands. So this could be a highly creative, this energy in and of itself is highly creative. This is likely to be a week of divine messages, right? Where literally someone phones you up and they just happen to have exactly what you need or what you're looking for. This is that moment where you take a detour and realize that you've turned up exactly where you need to be half an hour early. It's like, just pay attention. There are going to be so many signs, symbols and synchronicities this week. I actually think, because the Three of Pentacles for me is a learning card, so it's like this week you really are in that space of being able to, or you're learning at a deeper level to really trust that the things that are showing up for you are literally divinely inspired or guided. This is so exciting. For those of you that are studying anything new, this is like, you could have a moment where you're like, you're working on something, you're like, I just can't make sense of it. And then all of a sudden you just have this mad sort of genius moment where like some idea just comes to you like as a spark or as a flash. And it's like, I don't know where it came from, but I know that it works perfectly for what I'm doing right now. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could be a time where an idea of yours really speaks volumes to the higher ups, and they kind of look at you in a new light and say, wow, you know what? We've got some real talent here. Like, this could be a moment of recognition for your creativity or your ingenuity in some way. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, people that work for themselves, business owners, this is really exciting, because it's like, I kind of like in my mind's, like in my head, all I can hear is like all the pieces are coming together, right? And it's so like you're watching something come to life before your very eyes. It's exciting and it's scary and it's wonderful. And there's a part of you that's almost like, is this really happening, or is this just like what I want to happen? Like it's both, right? This is great. It also suggests to me as well, because it is, after all, the Page of Wands, this could be a time where some message that you get in regards to your business, your services, your product, your skills, shows you or highlights to you where there is something that you're not meeting. So this could literally be, you know, someone says something to you and you're like, wow, I'm not serving that part of the market of what I do. And then you can go about plug in the gap to that through some, again, amazing idea that you have. For those of you that are retired and no longer working for any reason, this is just, I almost want to say to you, like, give yourself over to having more fun. Like, this is a time to play. This is a time to enjoy. And it's a time to, for all of you Scorpios as well, like, have fun playing with the universe. Play that universal game to say, well, you know, I think it's going to be this. Can you beat that? And obviously the universe is always going to be able to beat that. So dream big this week, right? Like, don't be afraid or ashamed to dig into it in new, exciting ways. For your love and relations, you've got the Fool card. So for those of you that are single, it's very likely that this week you are meeting somebody new. For some of you, this could be through an academic setting or profession. For some of you, this could literally just be like, you know, you could be out and about just having an absolute blast, and you run into somebody and you're like, wow, this is, you know, this person seems kind of cool. With the Tree of Life card and the Fool card, this is like a double hit of sort of, I don't want to say it because it sounds really cliche, but this is like a double hit of destiny energy. So pay attention to who shows up in your world over the course of this week. When it comes to your, those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is the relationship going in a new direction. This is you and your partner finding ways to learn new things about each other that either enhance the relationship or certainly get you to see it in a new light. This is, your relationship is getting a new, fresh influx of energy that is exciting and dynamic and fun. Especially because in the communications, you've got the Princess of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. And I kind of get this feeling that, like, the banter could be really good this week. Like, you know, when you tease each other and you rib each other and you can't help but laugh and stuff, it could be good. It could be really good. For your money and materials, you've got the Six of Cups. So interestingly enough, this card represents the sun in Scorpio. So this is an energy that you're very used to. This could be a great week for money, wealth, resources, for generating money from ideas or products or services that you're now either launching or bringing back into the fold. I like this for old ideas, things that you've done before, that you've maybe made money from before. And underneath the Page of Wands, this would be a really good week to allow yourself, like, give yourself over to adult play. Like, let your mind wander and think as big and as silly and as ridiculous as you possibly can, because there's going to be something in there that will stick or is useful. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is all of the parts of the body that you rule as a Scorpio. So this is like your reproductive system, your colon, you know, all of that kind of area. I'm not saying there's going to be any issues, but if there are any, that's likely to be where they may come up. I'm not a doctor, can't give medical advice. When it comes to your home and environment, some of you this week could be taking a trip to, like memory lane, because the Six of Cups is memories. It's memories from the past. It's nostalgia. It's, you know, things of antiquity to our lives. And because this is in the home sector, I wonder if for some of you, this is maybe going home to visit like the parents. You know, I don't class my mum's home as my home anymore, but it still will always be home, right? Because that's where you grew up. So, you know, maybe it could be that for some of you, especially with the Page of Wands and the Fool card. Or you could be going to visit in-laws if you have them, very possible. When it comes to, I think that's... When it comes to your full moon message, you've got the Gate 39 and Provocation. Now, this is very interesting because this full moon for you, especially for those of you that are sun sign Scorpios, this is ascendant Scorpios, to a lesser degree the sun and the moon, but still relevant. This is happening in your 12th house because it's a Libra full moon. Anything that happens in the 12th house has a potential to really provoke something within us, or it may be at this time that somebody says or does something that really provokes a reaction in you. The thing about this card and this energy within the human design system, this deck is called the Human Design Deck by Denise Matthew, a lady that I often have on my channel. You know her, she's wonderful, she's awesome. But when she talks about this card and the gate 39 and provocation, what she says, one of the things that she's put in the booklet and that she speaks about is it shocks you out of your complacency. So there's something about this full moon that's going to wake you up or switch you on to something that you've either been missing, something that you've not been seeing, maybe something that you've been overlooking. It's like a moment where you have to get real about something, either with yourself or with somebody else. And to be honest with you, with this much great sort of destiny kind of enhancing energy, what better time to do it when you have so much divine protection? All right, so this is great. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.